Well, hello everybody. It is Monday. It's the 23rd of June 2025. It is a hot and sunny day, and once again, I'm dressed totally inappropriately for it. I have no idea why I'm wearing a sweater. My birthday weekend has passed, and I have reached the very unremarkable age of 39, and I am ready to burn myself with some of the things that I got myself for my birthday. And so, the first of those things with which I'm going to burn myself is going to be these crack balls, these Carolina Reaper flavored crack balls, and they are made by deathnuts.com. And if you know anything about that, you can probably assume that these are going to be pretty hot because Death Nuts created the Death Nut Challenge. You get a tube of peanuts. I can't remember what the exact rules of the challenge are, but you're supposed to eat the entire tube and you're supposed to wait a certain period of time before you take relief, I think. I do have a tube of them. I did not make it through. Not because I couldn't, but because I just didn't want to at the time. I wasn't filming it, and it wasn't pleasant. I had like 5 of them, and it was pretty damn hot, and I reached for relief after about 30 seconds or something like that. So it's a serious challenge. They're hot. So I'm assuming that these are going to be 2. Plus, this is not the only crackball product that I have by Death Nuts that I have tried. I had their 7-Pot Primo crack balls. Just a few months ago, I sampled them with my cousin. They were very hot. I think I had 4 of them. They were hot. All right. So I trust that this is going to be a spicy experience. All right. And there's kind of, a little bit of a contradiction going here. I do not like cheese balls, generally speaking. Just don't like them. I don't like the texture. I don't like the flavor. But I do like Carolina Reapers, and I like Carolina. I'm always intrigued by Carolina Reaper products, and I respect the spiciness that Death Nuts puts into their products. So I wanted to try it. All right, here we go. They don't. They just smell like regular cheese balls. I doubt there's much Reaper in them. They smell like cheese balls. The ingredients are cheese balls. I'm not going to read everything that's in those cheese balls. Whey, maltodextrin, cheese, milk, fat, salt, whey protein concentrate, buttermilk solids, natural flavor, sodium phosphate, blah, 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 blah. Where's the... Okay, so the second to last ingredient is Carolina Reaper pepper. There can't be that much in here. Doesn't mean they won't be spicy. Here we go. Now, before the spice kicks in, that's like a Cheetos cheese ball, but it's actually good. It's cheesier. I think it's more fresh tasting. I like it. There's a very respectable amount of cheese powder on that thing. I never thought that the Cheetos cheese balls, or even the Utz's ones, the Utz's ones are a little bit better, but I don't like them either. I don't know, I just don't think that they get the saltiness right, and I don't like how dry they are either. These aren't like that. They're a little bit more compacted than other cheese balls. They don't have all those like big air pockets. It's the same problem that I have with chicharrones is the one that I have with cheese balls. I just don't like how much they dry out your mouth, but these don't. A little bit more condensed, more cheesy, more salty. Really, really nice crunch on those. Now, when are we going to get to the heat? Because I've eaten, what, 5 of these now? They're kind of spicy, but honestly, like, I don't want to say this. I don't want to say this about a Death Nuts product. I'm telling you, the 7-Pot Primo cheat crack balls, they were no joke. They were hot. And of course, the Death Nuts challenge is, that's not for beginners. Let's just say that. These aren't that hot. I mean, honestly, I have to say, they're not causing me a burn that I would say is that much more severe than a flaming hot product. I can't believe that those words just came out of my mouth, but they're not that much hotter than like flaming hot Cheetos. Really, they aren't. Oops, just dropped one on the ground. The birds can get that because they can't detect capsaicin, so it won't burn them. And if the squirrel comes after it, whatever. I don't like that squirrel anyways. It's an asshole to me. He can have a little Carolina Reaper heat in his mouth if he wants for a minute. Wow. I really, really like them, but they're not that spicy. Not that spicy. I would give these to a spice food novice. I'd say, here's a really spicy snack. You'll freak out a little bit at first, but even for a beginner, I don't think the spice level on these would be any bigger than higher than a 5. For me, it's about a 2. Yeah, there's spice there. I don't really taste Reaper pepper either, so that's gonna have to like dock like at least half a point when I give a flavor rating. You're gonna call yourself Carolina Reaper flavored crack balls. I better taste some Reaper pepper in there. What I taste is a cheese ball, a really good cheese ball, with just a little bit of heat in it. I do not taste Reaper pepper in that at all. There's just not enough of it. And I like that distinctive Reaper flavor, and I was really looking forward to seeing how it would pair with the cheese ball. But alas, not tasting it in there. So, because it's such an exemplary cheese ball, I was going to give it a 7. You know, and for comparison, you know, Cheetos cheese balls would probably get a 4. I hate them. Well, I don't hate them, I just don't like them at all. That's why they get a 4. 3 when I'm not in a good mood. So these get far better of a rating, would have gotten far better of a rating than that. They would have gotten a 7. And I don't even really care about the lack of spice. I mean, I do a little bit, but not enough to really dock at points, because at least there is some spice there. But not being able to taste that Reaper pepper is a problem. So I am going to dock these down to a 6. Good. If you like cheese balls and you want a little extra spice in there and you want them to taste fresher, cheesier, and saltier than Flamin' Hot cheese balls or Flamin' Hot Cheetos, I don't even know if there's a Flamin' Hot cheese ball. If you want them to taste better than those, yeah, it's worth a purchase. Now, these are not cheap. They were $8.99 at the local grocery store where I got them. You might be able to order them online for less. Would I recommend a purchase? It depends. If you really, really like cheese balls, and you're looking to sort of up the ante a little bit, and you want something that's better than Flamin' Hot, yeah, I'd get a bag of them if you come across them, or if you find them online. Sure. But, I'm not going to say that I'm not a little bit disappointed by this. I was hoping for a more exciting review. Still, I am going to eat these. They're fun.